It was a quiet night in the small town of Ravensburg, somewhere deep in the American countryside. The world outside was still, no traffic, no music, just the faint whisper of a river cutting through the silence. But this river wasn't ordinary. Locals called it the Whispering River, a place where no fish survived, and no one who swam ever came back. Old folks said the river didn't like the living, it only wanted the dead. Every child in town had heard the warning. If you stand near that river after midnight, you might hear your own name being called. But outsiders never believed it. Especially not Ethan Cole, a 27-year-old photographer from Chicago. He'd been traveling across America capturing abandoned places, old motels, forgotten railways, haunted stories. When he heard about a river that glowed at night, he thought he'd found his masterpiece. He packed his camera, tripod, and flashlight, and drove all the way to Ravensburg. The townsfolk tried to stop him. "Don't go near that river after dark," one old man warned, his voice trembling. "You'll hear voices that ain't yours, and once you do, you're done for." Ethan just smiled. "I've heard scarier things in New York. It's just a story, right?" That night, around 11:47 p.m., Ethan reached the riverbank. The moon was full, spreading silver light across the moving water. It looked calm, too calm. He set up his tripod, adjusted the focus, and took his first shot. Click. The camera's flash bounced off the dark water. Then, something rippled. At first, Ethan thought it was just the wind. But when he looked through the lens again, there it was. A face. Floating. Pale. Motionless. Eyes wide open. He blinked hard, stepped back, but the face didn't fade. In fact, it seemed closer. The surface of the river trembled, and then, a whisper. Faint. Broken. Like someone speaking through water. "Why did you come here?" Ethan froze. His heart raced. The air had turned cold, his breath visible in the moonlight. The river began to bubble. Something was pushing up from beneath, fingers, gray and swollen, breaking the surface one by one. Dozens of them. Ethan stumbled back, dropped his camera, and tried to run. But his foot sank deep into the mud. He looked up, and the face was rising from the water now. When it turned toward him, Ethan's blood ran cold. Because it wasn't some stranger's face anymore. It was his own. Bloated. Dead. Smiling. He tried to scream, but his voice vanished into the night. Cold hands grabbed his legs, pulling him under. The water swallowed him whole. And the river went silent again. The next morning, the sheriff found Ethan's car parked by the bridge. His camera was lying near the bank, half buried in mud. When they turned it on, the memory card had only one photo. A picture of the river. And in the reflection, a pale face was smiling back. Locals say that since that night, the river has one more face beneath its surface. Sometimes, when the moon is high and the wind dies down, you can still hear the click of a camera. And a whisper asking, "Why did you come here?"